and welcome back to another Coach's Commentary. We are taking a look at the Week 4 matchup of the 2024 season, Algoma versus United, the second round. Of course, United is NEW and Oneida Nation, where they would co-op and make a team. Of course, little reminders here, had a really successful season in 24, conference champions. We defeated the state runner-up in order to win conference our last game of the year. So that was definitely a highlight. I can't wait to rewatch that game. But we were 7-1 overall, number 2 in the state for takeaways, scored a little over 36 points per game, over 1,000 yards passing, 14 passing touchdowns, 1,654 rushing yards, and 22 rushing touchdowns. Very, very successful year, both on offense and defense. So as you probably remember, week 1, as me getting upset all over again in that first Coach's Commentary. This is much better, and what I think is more accurate to what our team can do. We lost in triple overtime in week 1, and come back a couple weeks later, and we beat the brakes off of these guys. 136-7. For statistical highlights, team offense, 172 passing yards for 2 touchdowns, 144 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns. Lane Koshart, 172 total yards and 2 touchdowns. Lishka, 168 total yards and 3 touchdowns. And then on defense, he also got a pick 6, so he had 4 touchdowns on the day, which is pretty amazing. And then for Isaac Young, 84 total yards, including a 43-yard pass on the dirtiest play of all time. He also scored a touchdown as well. This is also the game where we are going to lose Mr. Young for the rest of the season. Tore his, I think it was ACL, in the game while scoring his touchdown. Of course, we missed him a lot. He was really good 2-back for us, really good defensive end for us and everything. So it's rather unfortunate. He put in a ton of work to become the player that he became and stuff. So it was tough to lose him. Team defense gave up 111 total yards, had 2 takeaways, including a defensive touchdown. So kind of an all-around beatdown. So this felt really good coming back into things here. So going into the game, we knew what they were going to do on offense. We figured that they're going to do the exact same stuff on offense, same exact stuff on defense, since it worked for them. Week 1, it was the first time that they ever beat us. So we were looking for revenge here. But how are we going to prepare? How are we going to respond? I really feel like, and I think the guys and other coaches would reflect this also, after that loss week 1, it definitely refocused us. And like I said, I'll probably say it a million times during these coaches' commentaries this season too. Without that loss, I don't think we win that conference championship. I don't think we beat Lena at the end of the year without that loss, because it really focused us. I think it sharpened us. Hey, we need to prepare a certain way in order to beat teams. So this is all going to be about attitude. It's about playing to our potential, doing the things that we know that we are capable of. So let's get into the film here. Nice little start, taking the cover of the lens off. All right, so starting territory, about the 25 here. And just starting out with a pretty simple lead. Getting some good yards, kind of seeing, okay, how are they going to line up against us? They played much more of a 3-man front in the first game. So we were figuring on them playing a 3-man front again, but they actually played us in a 4-man front for this game, which or for the majority of the game, we were very happy about. We love going against 4-man fronts, where it gets us really good angles when it comes to our rushing attack. That's for leads. That's especially for traps. Many 8-man teams play 4-man fronts, so we love it. And also, if you're playing a 4-man front, you're essentially guaranteeing that you're going to have to play cover 0. So that's an identifier for our passing attack. That usually also puts a linebacker where they have to cover the run and also the pass, because they're in man coverage on a guy. And for high school linebackers especially, it is tough to be able to read your keys, identify runs, passes, and then have your guy covered in man coverage. So that's why we really like attacking kind of cover zero, because if you trick one person, you're going to have a guy who is wide open. And so a couple plays ago, Yunk had a very nice run off to the offensive left. And stonewalled a little bit here. As you can see with NEW, they are playing all their guys way up. They got pretty much everybody in, within like 5 or 6 yards of the line of scrimmage, but we do not get the first. So we turned over the ball on down. Okay, so kind of checking out, all right, what's NEW going to do for their offense? Again, very similar stuff. QB keeper, it's a nice fill by Lane there. Had Joe Cabino attacking from the backside. Hit pitch, just like I've seen like that play like a million times in the, this is at the end of the 2025 season. So Joe Cabino, 3-year starter, all conference player, all 3 years. And just those pitches where they're trying to get outside of him never works. There's maybe like 1 or 2 plays that I can think off the top of my head in 3 seasons that people were able to have good success on a play like that, going at Joe. And it always blows my mind, like Joe weighs like 105 pounds, I think. And that's, with some pocket change in his shorts and stuff. And he just like bounces off of guys and then like makes the tackles. Like if I were the coach of other teams, I'd be like, he's like 145 pounds. I'm like, he's 145 pounds, just bury him every play, but nobody ever can. 55 got buried on that double team with, I think that was Parker and Joe blocking. Trying to go weak side from an X's and O's standpoint wasn't that great of a play, but Isaac made it work. We got a trap here. A nice looking trap. Corner got the tackle. Yep, we're just that was I think that was Wyatt and Parker who pancaked 55 a couple of plays ago. So good play by NEW, made us bounce outside. Corner did a nice job of coming up and filling. 89 dips inside, thinks the play's going away from him. Then we get that trap. We're able to get outside of him. Kind of logged on it because he dipped inside and then we're gone. One little mistake by one guy leads to a touchdown. Okay, so good start. They stopped us on O our first series, but then we got the stop on D, and then we just drive down and score. That's what we like to see. All right, so we got Big J Durst in there at nose. That's a battle. He gets 77 versus Jay. 77, really good lineman, 4-year starter for NEW. First team all conference multiple years. Probably this 2024 year. Then also like definitely 2025. He was I feel like the best lineman in our conference. Really great young man too. In our 2025 game, we had Jay go down with a pretty catastrophic injury. During the game, broke his, let's see if I can remember everything, broke his kneecap, broke his ankle, tore a tendon in his ankle, and then stretched, I think it was his ACL or MCL. So he was hurting, and after the game, 77 helped out getting Jay back to the van, helping us kind of not carry him, but get him there. Asking for updates in the JV game when we play them on the next Monday. So very, very impressive young man as a player and as a person. But, driving on us a little bit. It's a nice little play, getting 32 to squeak through there. And you get like double tight. NEW has some pretty good linemen, decent tight ends. They're like always aggressive. They're always physical. They got those tight splits. So sometimes it kind of just becomes like a scrum. Like that's kind of Lena's game. They just got tons of mass at the point of attack. And yeah, they're just kind of run left, run right, run left, run right. To the outside, Aiden Moen doing a nice job of keeping that contained. Kid drops the ball. That was 4th down, of course. And we're back in business. Okay, back to Yunk. Couple of yards there. There we go. Being disciplined. Making sure that we're not jumping. Is this a holding call? Yeah, it must have been. Okay, so we're kind of behind the sticks a little bit here. We're off schedule, definitely. And going play action. Touchdown. So we're just run, run, run. Get that kid to fall asleep a little bit. Plus, anyway, even if he didn't fall asleep, we were able to get past him. That's a matchup that we'll take pretty much every time. Parker was the Offensive Player of the Year in the conference. Well-deserved. We liked the matchup with him against pretty much everybody. Or, in our conference, everybody. Okay, so squib kick. Running down there. Went deep. Didn't handle the ball that well. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys to the ball. It's pretty darn good. That's another battle with John Kirkman versus 77. John, the strongest guy on our team, obviously doesn't quite have the size of 77, but they're battling. Leist had a good game. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, had 6 tackles, which our D-line are not expected to get a lot of tackles. The design of the defense is for our linebacker and safeties to kind of get all the tackles. So when we have D linemen who can be dynamic and make plays, that's just bonus. And I would say all 3 of the guys out there right now were definitely dynamic players. Lots of tackles, lots of plays being made. Makes things much easier when it comes to calling defenses. So that was a punt. Nice return there by Wyatt. And yeah, so the refs screwed up here. We had a penalty on the return, and they were going to give NEW the ball back, which is wrong. Or, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, like, did I forget this, or... But no. Refs eventually got it right. Coach V had to work his magic and tell them what the rules are. Alright, so running some different formations. Let's see how they adjust to it and stuff. This is the dirtiest play of all time. I love this play. It should be unstoppable. The only way that it could be stopped is if the offense screws up. Yeah, so getting some good yards here. I think it is... What do we have here? Called us for holding? Called them for holding? I don't remember. Oh, personal foul, face mask. Okay. Good thing we're getting all this. All right, here we go. I think this is going to be... Yeah, so right there when he planted, that's when he tore his ACL or whatever. And I guess if you are going to have kind of like a season-ending injury, getting it on a touchdown is kind of the way to go. All right, so kickoff, squib kick. 23 gets the ball. Getting some bodies there. That was such a good move by Leist there. Just a speed rush, but you can see he dipped the shoulder. Getting a 2-for-1. Also got a holding call on him. Or I think it was against Leist. So Lane gets another pick right to him. If Lane doesn't get that pick, then Joe gets the pick. If Joe doesn't get the pick, then the ref gets the pick. If the ref doesn't get the pick, then I think it was it Wyatt? I think Wyatt Fay was right there. He would have gotten the pick. So just 4 guys could have, including the ref, could have got an interception over the guy. And again, V just dagger twist. Nice little play just out of the DB's reach. Touchdown. Getting Wyatt wide open. And I think the ball was a little bit low, but I'd say definitely catchable. And Kirkman's feeling it with his how he's lining up to kick. There we go. Got Jacob Blonick down there right away. And we're back in business on defense. Aiden Moen shedding that kid. Get off me, son. Gets the tackle for a couple-yard gain. Jay Durst getting some penetration. All right, this is going to be the pick 6. I mean, again, we could have had 3 guys pick that off before 89 gets the ball. Yeah, good stuff. Obviously, getting the interception is big, but then getting guys to block on the return. The ball kind of stuck in Lane's hand a little bit there, so just ended up dirting it. We're not going to be watching this, but this is the, let's see if I can, the 1974 all-conference team, I believe. With players and their families, coaches as well. You got Dean Blonick kind of talking about them and stuff, but it was a really cool kind of, I mean, we're doing adjustments and stuff, but after we did our adjustments, we were kind of watching the end of this little ceremony, I guess, here, and that was pretty cool, and, you know, kind of talking to some of those guys, and they're, you know, wishing us luck and everything for the season, so that was it's a pretty cool moment. Yeah, so we got that Steve Mayhew there. He's the head coach for a very, very long time, him right here. Okay, legendary coach. Just anybody who played for him, they'd like literally run through a brick wall for him. Just loved him, and with Coach Mayhew, like just one of kind of like literally like one of the most interesting people on the planet. But we'll can talk for like a half hour about them and stuff, but all right, okay, so start of the second half. So yeah, 15's knee was down. And so trying to get to the edge, doing a nice job of filling, got a couple of yards. And I don't think they had much adjustments. John Cartman. Yeah, so we get to a third and 2. Fullback dive. Get the stop. We get into a 4th down and 4th and 2, kind of a no gain or maybe a gain of like 6 inches or a foot. Just do an inside handoff. Dikembe Mutombo. Get the stop. If I'm remembering right, there's no scores, or maybe NEW gets their score in the second half. But yeah, we had a 28-point second quarter. Ugh. Bad snap, but Joe does a nice job of getting back onto it. Could have been disastrous, but then, we're at we're double sticks. It was a 2nd and 19 or something like that. Yeah, so Lane picking his way through there a little bit. Could have got that linebacker blocked a little bit better. Could have got that first, but did a nice job of flowing, getting there. Yeah, with them playing also close to the line, can be tough to run because it's just like packed in there. I think we got a holding call. Yeah. So just shooting ourselves in the foot, making things tougher on ourselves. Well, we're getting some rotational guys in there. That's Malott in at quarterback. I think I saw Meverden at 2. Yep, there he is. Let's see, we got Jacob Blahnik at receiving tight end. We got Dave T-Bon at blocking tight end. Caden Nugel at the 3-back or wing. We also got Logan Wilson at left guard. And, of course, couldn't get the first, so back on defense. Got Jack Schwader in at a safety. We got Chalice. He must have been the other safety here. Yep. Got Jacob Blahnik at linebacker. Got Nugent Meverden at corners. Okay, so we're getting some rotational and young guys in there, but still the expectations are the same. Or maybe not exactly the same, but we're expecting everybody to still do their jobs. Mev breaks up that play, one-on-one situation, kind of just throws it up. Missed the tackle at the line of scrimmage on 18, but I think that was Nuge coming up and getting the play. I think we got Jerry Miller in there at the end. We're kind of messing up our coverage change there. Okay, so completed a pass. That's okay. There you go. Jack does a nice job of turning that back inside. I think that was Nuge coming up to Phil, getting the tackle. Okay, good stuff. Again, they want to throw like those little out routes and stuff. That's fine. All right, so driving on us a little bit, but again, we got some different guys in there getting some. Dave T-Bone with that QB hit, very nice. And Dave's a freshman this year, and it's just a thing where, like, in practice, like, guys just, like, couldn't block him. It's like, he's tiny, like, just murder him every single play. But, like, guys struggled with him. Then in this 2025 season, starter on both ways as blocking tight end, as a defensive end, ended up getting second team all-conference as a sophomore. And he did not get much taller. So, got the stop there. So that was really cool to see, getting guys fired up and excited. And then, looks like we have our JV offense in there. So we got Dave T-Bone at blocking tight end. We got Jerry Miller, Brady Rogers. Hey, Brady. And then, I guess we got a rotational guy with Wilson in there at the the offensive line. We got Malott at quarterback, which he was in there already. I think we got Cooper Fay in there at receiving tight end a little bit. You know, blocking his guy 5 yards downfield. I like it. Anyway, Coop. Ooh, do a really poor job at not blocking, or at blocking the end. But Jack, tough runner, gets some yards still. But then we're punting. Yeah, so get a bad snap. We get Landon Foster there as the punter, does the right thing. He just falls on it. You know, you're sprinting back to the ball. It's not like you can look and see like who's behind you or anything, so just get on it. And NEW gets their touchdown. I kind of give it on a silver platter to them. But it's all right. Kicking a field goal. I forgot about this. Or extra point. So extra points kind of rare in 8-man. Away Nuge covering the onside. But we don't kick extra points. We are well above 50% when it comes to getting 2-point conversions, so we'd just be taking points off the board and get the win. Okay, so really good win. Definitely felt much better after this game as opposed to the week 1 game. But again, we're getting better and better every single week. Of course, we lost Isaac, but kind of during the game we didn't know exactly what the injury was, and then next week we kind of found out that he's going to be gone for the rest of the season. So big loss, but having guys step in and kind of in his absence do some good things. That's a sign of a good football team, and we had guys replace him and do some good stuff. So that is what we have for this one. We will see you next time on the journey of dominance in the conference championship. So we'll see you later.